Hello guys! You might notice something new on the screen today. I've been playing around with some brand new things. And you might notice something lovely and interesting. I might have to turn the chat bubbles on that off. Because I'm realizing very quickly how obstructive they are actually getting. Unfortunately, I don't know how to do that. So you're gonna have to bear with me. Okay, look. I'm doing a lot. I'm working. Okay, I'm trying my best. So, yeah. A bowl? They're not bowls, guys. They're bees. Come on now. How can you not tell that those are bees? Come on, guys. Come on. I thought you guys were better than this. Come on. Seriously, guys. Shameful, shameful, shameful. You're supposed to be jolly. You're supposed to be happy. So, you know, you're all bees now. I don't know how the hell to get them to stop giving me 6 billion chat boxes on the screen. I'll fix it eventually. Probably. Hopefully. In other news, I've been playing around with a bunch of bits and pieces of different software. I did, as you might have noticed in the Jackbox stream the other day, I did try to use Lurkbait. Unfortunately, Lurkbait won't let me do, Lurkbait will not let me have, what do you call it? YouTube integration. So, if you want me to bring back Lurk... Who did that? I wasn't gonna say anything about that, but somebody accidentally triggered it. Congrats, whoever figured that one out. Yeah, so I also have upgraded the throwing system, the Twitch integrated throwing system. It also works on the YouTube side now. Now what will happen is on subscription and on super chats, things will be thrown at my VTubing avatar. Alongside this, same goes for Twitch. So follows on Twitch. There's all stuff like that. And there is also secret commands you can use. There's quite a few of those, quote-unquote, secret commands. Some of them have exclamations. There is quite a few different variants to the commands. But if you can figure them out, then you get to throw them at me. Don't worry, there is a cooldown, because I know you guys can't behave. There is a trigger word for it. If you can figure it out, then you know what it is. That's the puzzle of today's stream for you guys. It should work on the Twitch side as well. For those on that side, it will function on both, hopefully. Oh no, somebody found the tomatoes. No! The tomatoes, no! Yeah, so a lovely friend of mine has designed a bunch of models for the wonderful, wonderful throwing system. Very talented friend of mine. And there is now a variety of different options in which you can throw items at my model. There is quite a few different items. You'll have to figure them out. Let me count how many there is. Okay, wait, so there's the... I think there's about 6 to 8. Something like that. There's 6 to 8 of them. They were modeled by a very lovely friend of mine. You will actually find their channel linked in the description. I'm surprised nobody noticed that. That was sneaky of me. But I always give credit. I give credit where credit is due. So yeah, we now have the bees on the bottom of the screen down here. And we have the throwing system. I was gonna add Lurkbait, but unfortunately I can't get it to integrate into YouTube. The best I can do with Lurkbait is I can set it up so when you send a message on the YouTube platform, a bot will send a message onto the Twitch platform to activate it. But then you wouldn't have like a custom thing. So it's, you know, it's something that unfortunately it's not perfect. I'm trying to find my workarounds for it, and unfortunately it's not very great. I'm very quickly realizing how much these bees are gonna get in the way. Let me see what I can do with you guys, because I realize you're gonna cover, like, all my important information down there. Let me see what I can do with you. You're all scoundrels, I tell you. Can I even... How do I disable the chat boxes? One sec, I'm gonna turn it off for a sec, see if I can get the chat boxes to go away. Can I join a different server? I literally just found this server right now. Like, I've only just joined it. Unfortunately, the queue is... The queue is going to be a queue, and I unfortunately can't, like, fix that. It's not, like, something I can do. But yeah, so there is a couple options for throwing things and such that you can do on the screen, should you wish to do so. I have no idea how I can turn your chat bubbles off. Aha, I found it. You guys have now... Okay, you guys now no longer have chat bubbles. That should help me a little bit with you guys all being absolute nightmares in the corner. There we go. You will all start appearing again now. Just without your chat bubbles. I might turn your name tags off as well, actually. Now that I think about it. Yeah, I'm gonna turn your name tags off. There you go. Okay, so as I basically just said, I joined this server less than 5 minutes ago. There is obviously there's obviously an expected queue with any server that I join, unfortunately. That's how streaming is. And it's just life. Unfortunately, I can't just kick everyone from servers. I can't hop servers every 5 minutes because that's unfair to different people. And I think, as you've probably heard me say before, fairness is really important to me. I want to give everyone an equal chance to play along. I want to give everyone an equal chance at different bits and pieces. So I think it's really important to stick in each server for about 30 minutes. That way, hopefully, everyone sort of gets a chance. Please keep in mind, obviously, that there is going to be a queue. And keep in mind that there is a Roblox bug at the moment, which inflates your queue ridiculously high. There is currently 12 viewers in the YouTube stream. I highly doubt that there is going to be 50 people in the queue, considering there's only 12 people here. Unless by some miracle, I magically have blown up overnight, which is very, very far from possible. It's a bug. I hate to break it to you. You're falling for a bug. You're being rage baited by a Roblox bug, and I feel like that's a interesting thing to experience, my friends. Stinky, who let Rythan in here? Rythan, get out of here! Kill the Nightbot bee? I can't kill the Nightbot bee. By the way, as far as I'm aware, I believe you can customize your bee. I'm not too sure on the command for it. I think it is !color something. I'm not sure on the specifics. If you want, I can go and dig out the workshop link for the specific pack that I'm using for stream avatars. I probably can send it to Wolfie. Wolfie probably knows. Sup. Hello. But yeah, as you'll probably notice, I don't want to talk about how long I spent on making today's thumbnail. Instead of doing the normal people thing, of just cutting out the image of, like, the different survivors, what I did was I kept one account in the same place on, 3 different, survivors, took screenshots in different poses, and then tried to blend them all together because I'm an idiot and I didn't think to cut them out. True V fashion, right? But yeah, on Twitch you press the stream advertise add-on. Yeah, so on Twitch there is a button for add-ons and stuff. Twitch is a lot more integrated for some reason. In terms of YouTube, I am unfortunately unaware on how it would work. I think it is !color. There is a thing on the website. Maybe I can get, I can possibly try and get the, like, one of my mods to read through and tell you all the commands. It would help if I wasn't being colorblind right now. I'm not colorblind, I'm just so zoned out that I'm not looking at the numbers. Bro. I need to lock in right now. Bomb costs 10, you only have 5. Yeah, I don't know how the gold system works in this. That's something, again, that you probably know, Wolfie. How do I set the gold up for that? I should have consulted you, to be honest. I should have just dialed you up, being like, Wolfie, can you fix this, please? How am I feeling? I'm doing a lot better, actually. So, as you might have noticed, for those that were unaware last week, I did cancel Forsaken Friday. I was in an incredible amount of pain, and unfortunately I was very unwell. I'm doing a lot better. I'm not 100%. I definitely can tell that I'm not 100%. But by God, I feel so much better. It was very much an interesting situation. Hopefully it's gonna get fixed within the next week. I have a dentist appointment on the 31st. So hopefully, I will find out more about what's going to happen there, and I should hopefully be a lot better. I'm not out of pain. I do finish my last antibiotic tonight. I did a full 7-day course. They're here, actually. I need to take one right now. But, yeah, I will be, hopefully, doing a lot better. I'm still in pain, don't get me wrong, I am still in pain. But unfortunately, that's just life. Until I can get a permanent solution sorted, it's antibiotics and nap time for me. I am, however, doing a lot better. And I'm back to Forsaken Friday. Have a story, I was about to die due to cancer problems and I survived. Oh my goodness. Cancer is such a horrible fucking disease. Genuinely, I hate it. I don't think there's anybody out there that likes it, because, I mean, it's such a horrible disease. I have watched it take so many different people, and it fucking sucks, man. You know, that's why I always kind of have this mindset in which I think that life is too short. Just be yourself. And, you know, live your dreams, really, because shit sucks. It's the same thing that I always say, cringe doesn't exist, just be yourself, be happy, and who cares? As long as you're not hurting anybody, it doesn't matter. It is not that deep. If you want to like a show, like a show. If you don't want to like a show, don't like a show. Just be chill, just have fun. Who cares? Oh, yay! Oh, look! The bees do a little dance! When people join. Oh! Oh my god, that's cute! I need to find V. Hi, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's wrong? What's good? Help you with what? Rah! Lagging? That might be because you were in a Europe server. Obviously, you need to keep in mind that Europe servers are going to be where we play. So it's unfortunately just something you kind of have to put up with. I'm European, so it's kind of my region. If I go into any other region, I start, like, crashing like crazy. I start lagging, especially with streaming as well. I might have a top-of-the-range PC, but I still very much struggle with the fact that, you know, streaming does tank your, thing. Also, who was that guy that was bombarding the chat? Leave the bees alone. Yeah, the bees are lovely. Stop being meanies. Who is that guy that's bombarding the chat? Do we have a username on that? Right. The real... Okay. what you can actually do on Roblox, there is a very good system where you actually can, I believe there is a thing for it. There used to be a thing for spamming the chat. And it was very good. I don't know if it's still here. It can auto-ban you though. So it's possible that that will obviously occur to this person. But yeah, thanks for showing up, Tiger Cheeseballs. I hope you had fun with the madness. I appreciate it. How much playtime do I have? About 9 days. Everyone always asks. They, they seem to forget that obviously I, do a lot more of my sort of forsaken work and content creating work outside of public servers. So, you know, just keep in mind that that's obviously how things work. But yeah. The bees are a new addition. They do have name tags. They are just hidden under the screen because they were getting in the way a little bit. They stack up like crazy, so I've kind of just put them under the way. So you'll see them if you run like !jump, you'll know which one you are. But yeah, there is a bunch of commands. I think you can also have like boss fights and stuff. I did install a couple of like bosses from the what do you call it? There is a bunch of bosses and stuff I installed from the like Steam Workshop stuff. But I can obviously tweak bits and pieces. I can run a boss fight at some point. Should I join the Discord? If you want to keep up with the latest and the greatest, then yeah, absolutely. The Discord is basically just a chat for me and other people to get kind of silly in. It's just a fun little whimsy place of chaos, madness, and pure shenanigans, really. But yeah, I recommend it if you want to keep up with things. I love the Beehive. I definitely live for, like, what do you call it? You don't have to, what do you call it? The throwing commands aren't, like, caps locked or anything. You can do it without, like, anything. There is global cooldowns, there is, so there's global cooldowns, and there's, what the? What the hell? There is global cooldowns, there is also, personal user cooldowns, so there is 120 seconds per user for them, and 5 seconds per, you know, globally. Coughing V versus Fireman. No! No! Hydrogen bomb. What? Do you, what? What'd I do? Why am I being bullied? Use a medkit. Wow, great. Yeah, so there is a couple of things in the throw system. I have noticed 3 so far have been found. I haven't added sound effects yet, but that's something we're going to work on in the future. We're going to have eventually custom sounds for it, hopefully. What else have we got? So there's currently, I think there's 3 that's been found so far. Soundboard. I was looking at doing, like, the soundboard stuff. But, I don't know how to go about, like, sound bites and stuff. I've done quite a lot with, obviously the stream avatars and stuff. We tried lurkbait last time. Unfortunately, with lurkbait, the problem was, it only has Twitch integration, so you guys on YouTube wouldn't be able to use it, and I feel like that's unfair. So, I tried to look into some other bits and pieces. Lurkweight unfortunately wasn't really an option. But I can set up like boss stuff, like boss fights and stuff on the bee stuff. I might possibly look into commissioning someone for like boss models. I have a couple ideas that I actually sketched out last night. But it's a case of like, I don't know right now too much in terms of obviously how I'm gonna sort of get things running in the future. Oh. Oh well. But yeah, it's obviously trial and error. But yeah, it's there's been a lot of different bits and pieces with found one of the throwable items. Oh no. Oh, the overlap. Yeah, there's quite a few different silly bits and pieces. I'm surprised that we haven't like found more. I'm surprised you guys aren't just spamming different items. Opinions on eggnog? Never had it. It doesn't appeal to me. Just looks kind of gross, so I just haven't really tried it. I messed with my avatar a little bit for Christmas, as you might have noticed. We've now got a jumper. We've got some antlers. We're living. Oh, there's a star. Oh, I can add those in manually, I think. I think there was a button for that, isn't there? So if I go and do like that. There you go, have some stars, guys. You can catch them with like exclamation mark jump. I can put different bits and pieces in, so it's quite fun. I think they give you, I don't know what they give you actually. They might give you currency or something. But yeah, bunch of random crap. The jump catch game, yay! 5 coins, hell yeah. But yeah, so it's a fun little system. I love it. I really do like it. It's cute. I love it. But yeah, I saw that they obviously had a bee system. Jasper! But yeah, they obviously had a bee system set up in the thing. So I could configure having the little bees on screen and stuff. But they don't have a boss thing right now, I don't know. If they do, at least. For like bees and stuff. So I added a couple of basic bosses. What? Who just... No! No! Stop it! Stop it! There is a cooldown, so each person can only use it every 120 seconds just to prevent spamming. But, there is, it's a 5-second global, so people can do it every 5 seconds or so. What? You guys are cruel. Stop it! Which... I can't believe you guys. But yeah, it's been very fun, very crazy. I've been having a blast. I have to say though, it's been an absolute bloody nightmare trying to set all this up. I did struggle quite a bit originally because it didn't want to play, and then it wasn't working, and then the keybinds weren't having it, and I was just fighting demons left and right. But yeah, there is, I think there's like 7, 8 objects right now. I have to try and remember them all. You don't need a force field. You don't need one. If you can't join, it could be a case of Roblox being an absolute nightmare. My joins are on for everyone. You shouldn't have any trouble with it, unless Roblox is being one of those... Roblox is probably on its usual system in which it likes to do the thing where it tells everyone that I'm not online. Unfortunately, that is just how it behaves sometimes because it's an absolute pain in the arse. Yeah, so there's 3 different command lists that have displayed up there. My custom Nightbot one. There's also Stream Elements has a command list. And then there's also the Stream Avatar command list. There's 3 different command sets. We're going crazy in here. What is going on? Why is it not taking that today? Why does it not take that path? It doesn't like that one, does it? Blimey. But yeah, it's been a wild time. I'm gonna be real. End stream. Why it don't work? Because those are locked to me. Knowing you, Jasper, you would use those and absolutely destroy my dreams. I also have been looking into the stream mod apps finally, because I've been so unwell. I don't know if for those that weren't there when I originally explained what happened, I was in quite extraordinary amounts of pain. Probably one of the worst pains in my life. I had something which was... I had something called a dental abscess, which basically was an infection in the root of my tooth. So what happened was I left it for a few days because originally it was just a sharp toothache and I thought it was just me being sensitive to like the cold or something. I'm thinking, oh, maybe I've just developed a bit of sensitivity. Yeah, no. Unfortunately, I left it, and on day 3, I was in so much extraordinary pain that I had to, I called my dentist on the Friday, and I called them and I'm like, hey, can you get me in for an emergency appointment? I'm in a lot of pain right now. And they were like, sorry, we're booked. Your dentist has gone home? Yeah, she's on sick right now. And I'm like, bruh, are you so for real? I was like, do you have any appointments? Even if I pay private, do you have, like, anything? And she was like, no. So, what did I end up having to do? Anybody in the UK knows what I mean when I say I had to ring the fucking hellhole that is 111. Anyone in the UK that's tried to ring 111 knows how much that feels like batting your head against a wall. Did I swear? I always swear. If you guys aren't, like, prepared to hear swearing, then I'm afraid this isn't the stream for you. I am British. It is very much a part of our culture. We swear quite frequently. It's not something that I'm gonna refrain from doing because that's just how I am. You know, I'm 20. I'm 20 years old. I feel like I'm entitled to swear occasionally. I've had to put up with two decades on this earth, guys. Look. V would never fucking swear. Like, what the fuck? Oh my god, these allegations are so, like, not cool, dude. British version versus toothbrush. I'll have you know, I have a very nice toothbrush, actually. It is a, I don't know what it is. It's some kind of Oral-B Pro black toothbrush zappy thing that does my teeth. I don't know, man. I got it from Tesco. I got it quite a while ago. But yeah. It was... Oh my god. Am I going to do more Jackbox? Probably, yeah. I enjoyed Jackbox last time. I want to sign a... I'm definitely going to do, like, a system where people can, like, request different games and stuff in, like, a poll before we... You know, start the system. Would you be Christian or Muslim? Neither. I'm not somebody who has any form of religious belief. I'm somebody who has a lot more spiritual beliefs, so I believe in things like karma, I believe in things like spirits and ghosts and such like that. I have much more traditional kind of spiritual beliefs than religion. I find oftentimes my experiences with religion have been quite negative. And, you know, it's not something I believe, and I've had too many negative experiences to ever want to really consider following something like that, sadly. Just robbed on Trivia Murder Party. I'm a little bit of a menace at Trivia Murder Party. Oh, yay! Hello, newcomer. But yeah, I don't think I never really will follow any religion. I've always sort of believed in kind of a more spiritual side of things. I talk about, like... I don't really talk about, like, my beliefs as a whole, but I've often kind of believed in stuff like spirits and sort of like karma as well. I kind of have a very much of like a belief where I think that, like, obviously if you like harm like the environment, I think you're gonna get like something back from that. Like, you know, you will get what you kind of give. But yeah, my beliefs have always been very spiritual. I've never really followed a religion. I find oftentimes that sadly people will definitely deter me from sort of like wanting to follow religion, because I've seen many instances in which people will use religion to justify hate, which obviously most religions actually say that regardless of who people are, you should love people anyway, and everyone is equal. But I find that typically people will nitpick, and unfortunately it's something that has been used to spread a lot of hate and negativity with me, and therefore I've sort of steered away, and I'm sticking to my spiritual beliefs, as I say. Would you rather be yellow or cyan? I think cyan. Yeah, I find often people will sort of like pick what they want from religious tellings, and then they'll like ignore half of it as well. I find that that's a situation I've encountered with a lot of Christians. I've had a lot of people, you know, spread hate and negativity, and that's not what I'm about. I think positivity is a must-have, and regardless of like who you are, what you believe, everyone deserves like love and, you know, equality. But yeah, that's part of, again, like, I think that equality is like a big thing, and I think that it also comes very much into play again with sort of like more of like a karmic belief. Like, I believe in karma more than anything else. I think you will get what you're given, and you'll get what you give. But yeah, you know, that's a little bit of insight on my beliefs for you. Very much someone who just believes in karma. If you spread hate, then, you know, it's gonna come back and get you as well. Bees. So what have we found so far in terms of the throwables? What have we actually found? We found the pipe, obviously. Everyone's found the bloody pipe. We found the hearts. We found the bees. What? The bomb. Yeah, we found the bomb as well. That's 4. There is more than... Oh, we found the tomato. We found the tomato. There is no flowers. There is no bones. Hi to everyone just joining us. Welcome to the absolute madness. What makes bees your favorite? Bees aren't actually my favorite animal, but I am quite fond of bees. I'm quite fond of the fact that they obviously have this sort of like never-ending cycle in which they kind of yeah, bees are like very like environmentally like friendly, and they're actually very useful. I don't think anybody's got even remotely close to like some of the other items, so I haven't seen anybody get like close. There is some really stupid ones that I don't think anybody would think of, but that's gonna be funny. You can't just kill me, bro. What? There isn't a nuke, although that would be really funny. There was a default preset as gifts, but I took that out because it was not my cup of tea. What the hell, guys? You guys are so far off. I would think that somebody would have gotten it by now. Come on. Autism. Bro, you can't throw autism at me. What the hell? I don't want autism squared. Hamburger. Food. Wheelchair is wild. Cookie. You guys are so cruel. Oh, dude. Book. There's no book. There are still bees, guys. Not family friendly. We don't really do family friendly around here. I'm gonna be real. Family friendly isn't like a very common thing on my channel, to be fair. They've changed the way that the Discord search system works, and I hate it. I'm gonna be so honest, I hate it. You can oh yeah, you can dance. I think that the dancing should actually activate on its own when somebody subscribes. I think subscriptions and follows will like result in dancing. Oh, I haven't played Nosferatu in a hot minute. I haven't played in a while. I'm still not obviously like 100%, so I've kind of been resting up most days. Okay, right, let's see. That's just not very nice now, is it? What skins do I want? I'm not really sure right now. There's a variety, honestly, of options for NOS skins. I'd be interested to see something with sort of like... Do you know what we need? Do you know what we need? Draculora from Monster High. That's what we need. What? Why is everyone trying to talk to me while I'm playing? It's my job to kill you, not talk to you. Guys, that's what the YouTube chat's for. It is probable that on a later date we can obviously add more to the throwing system, but as of right now there is currently like a couple of different sort of See, I don't think people are gonna get it. Now that I'm like looking at what you guys are saying, I'm starting to realize that maybe you won't get like what I've actually put in the system. Give you a hint? Okay. Think of something that I could also call my pet. It is not a traditional pet, but it is possible that I could call it a pet. A lizard? Who said lizard? Rabbit? No. I was gonna say rabbit, but honestly, I ended up opting for something else. Which is, I would argue, funnier than a rabbit. There is no animals other than the bees on there, I will give you that. It is not an animal. But it can be called a pet. That should give you enough information, come on. Ant, bro. Did somebody get it? Hey! Yeah, there is a rock in there. It's my pet rock. I'm trying to remember what else we have. Let me go and look at my folder real quick. What haven't... There is one that you guys haven't found now. Why did I kill you? Because it's my job. Can you get $5 million? Do I look like I have $5 million, bro? Never let V give a hint ever again. Jasper, that was a bloody good hint. You guys are just dum-dums. I say it's not an animal, but it can be called a pet. You guys start saying bunny and lizard and shit like that. Like, bro. That's not my fault. You're dum-dums. Come on, that was like so obvious. Do you think that the One Egg skin has, like, a sun that references... Has anybody seen that one meme that's like, how much egg you fry? 6 bomber rasclat eggs. Please tell me someone has seen that. That is One Egg's son, confirmed. Trust. I would know. My brain is a shitpost at this point. Hello, welcome in. Do you know what? Do you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna set up 2 different things in a second. Okay, how do I do this? I want you guys to... Let me try and find what I was looking to reference here. There we go. Boss time? I have no idea how to set the boss thing up, but like, if you want me to, like, give you the perms to do it, I can probably, like, let you do it if you want to do it. There is some boss, like, characters in there, but I don't know how to host it. Wolfie, if you want, like, a channel mod, I can slip you, like, standard moderator, and I'll let you kind of run that in the back. Q&A system, yeah, I don't know how to do that on Twitch, but I will just leave it to the YouTube side for now. I am also going to hop servers while I remember. And I will set a reminder on my watch just to make sure that I obviously remember to swap again in 30 minutes or so. Where do I find timers? Here we go. If you see me munching in the background, I'm eating pizza that I forgot to eat earlier, because I'm dumb. Right, let's set a 30-minute timer. Hello, hello!
Now was it?
What topping's on the pizza? It is currently a cheese and garlic. But it's an actual pizza, rather than just like a garlic bread. It's completely different. It's actual like pizza. Again, by the way, I'm Greek. Hell yeah, I mean, I'm British. I'm not exactly entertaining. So, I'm not anything fun. Just boring. Half Scottish, half English, 100% stupid. But yeah, you know, if you guys can try and keep the challenges into the Q&A section so I can tab over and read them when I want to, that would be great. I'm gonna get my controller out in a minute and we're gonna add some extra challenges. God save the Queen died years ago. I hate to say it, but, the Queen did die many years ago. We have a king now. I have to say, though, I'm not as fond of the new Charles notes. I think the execution of the design is poor. I know that Elizabeth was a lot younger in her obviously photos for the like £20 notes and such. But I think that they probably should have used an older photo of Charles, maybe, you know, to sort of have that consistency. I'm trying to think who after Charles is next in line. What's your username? It is in the pinned white box at the top. You just need to click it and it should expand out. Joins are on for everyone. You don't need to follow. You don't need to do any of that shit. I don't care. Just join. I'm here for fun. I'm not here to get viewers or anything like that. I'm just here to goof around and have fun. There's probably gonna be a queue. My user is there. Jasper, my user is in that box. The Q&A is above it and then the user is below it. Along with my usual pin. No, it's not. What do you mean, no, it's not? Boy, I will send you a screenshot right now. I don't know how it looks on your end, but to me, it is definitely there. They are both there, Jasper. Oh, probably you know what, Jasper, you distracted me. This is your fault. What restaurants do you not have in the UK that we have in the US? Probably a lot of them. We have a lot of different food restrictions here. So a lot of American food is actually banned over here. So to spawn a boss, all you need to do is exclamation mark boss. What I probably will do is I'll probably slip you mod, Wolfie, and I think I'll let you kind of run that. Obviously, because, I mean, you're here almost every stream, so it would be quite a good idea to really sort of slip you that. If I can remember how to do it. There you go. Doesn't show username. It should show username if it's not. It's on both of my screens showing username, so unless you're like... I know, I saw the screenshot you sent. Is that because you click something? What do you do? I know you... Yeah. There's different bits and pieces that honestly you're welcome to play around with it, Wolfie. I like wholeheartedly like I'm fine with that. If you want to drop me your full like YouTube channel name as well, I can just mod that as also. And then you can just kind of flick between platforms and mess around with what you want to mess around with. As far as I'm aware, it should let you play around on both. There is some kind of boss command, and I know mods can do it, which is why I slipped you the mod. It doesn't show it. Try refreshing your page. It should show the thing. I will also put Nightbot's spamming thing back on then. Just to make sure that Nightbot is constantly bombarding you all with the lovely... That was a hiccup, sorry. The lovely reminder in which my username is always on the screen. Because people seem to really struggle to notice it. I also need to set up a new Nightbot autoresponder reminder because I'm having a lot of instances. You need to dismiss the Q&A to see it. Well, just dismiss it then, and then you can obviously like just flick over to the questions chat. It's not a problem. You set a good challenge through. I look at the challenges later. I'm not doing those right now. That was sort of like a preemptive gathering. Battle Royale 100. The Battle Royale is starting. Oh, interesting. Yeah, there is a single final item in the throwing system that people haven't found yet, and I'm gonna laugh when people find it. Ooh, should we put this on screen? Friending people. So Nightbot will say this sometimes. There's an autoresponder on it. But basically, I don't add people that I don't know or I'm not familiar with because I find it unfair not only to add people just because they want me to when Roblox has a limit that is far lower than my subscriber count, but I also just think it's really unfair to add certain people and not other people, and I don't like playing favorites, so I'd rather just keep it to people that I actually know, and, you know, it's like stuck to obviously just people I know and stuff like that to keep it fair, because I don't want to randomly add like people that end up with a full friend list and then be like, oh, sorry guys, can't add you because I added this other subscriber that I don't know just as much as you. That's really unfair. That's not cool, you know? So that's why I always say, it's something I say quite frequently, and I'm sure anybody that hangs around here often will tell you. I often say, add my Discord. Discord doesn't have a friend request limit, so you're more than welcome to add me because there's no limit. Alongside that, I also have a whole Discord server. You can hop in there and interact with me. I chat in there all the time because I am a certified yapper. We talk about all sorts of different things, not just like Forsaken. We talk about all kinds of different games, my life as a whole. Lots of rabbit posting. Rabbit posting is my favorite kind of hobby. What else do we do? We bully Jasper on the reg. We bully Jasper on the reg. Rabbit corner alert now. Do you care about getting pinged too much on your Discord? I do not care. Ping me as much as you want. If it's going off too much, I will just like mute my phone. I'm not bothered. But most of the time I will respond because I am... So for those that don't know, I'm a physically disabled person. I don't have a job. I don't do anything like that because when I want to go outside, I have to take a wheelchair with me. It's a bloody nightmare. But yeah, it is very unlikely that I'm gonna go anywhere or be doing anything because I have an illness, which makes it very difficult for me to get around. So it's something I've come to terms with a long time ago, but that means that I will probably respond to you all the time. Stinky, get out of here, Rythan! Somebody throw tomatoes at Rythan instead of me. Yeah. But yeah, I am online quite frequently because, as I say, I'm disabled. I have two conditions. I have something called postural static tachycardia syndrome, or POTS, and I also have something called fibromyalgia, which is a nerve pain problem. And both of them make it very difficult for me to leave the house. So I'm usually streaming for only a couple of hours because, again, they kind of make it really hard to even sit. You'll notice I shuffle quite frequently. You'll notice I kind of do like this and that, and you won't see it so much on my model, but I do move quite a lot. It's because I'm in quite a lot of pain all the time. But I do try my best to stream for as long as I can, and I'm trying. But yeah, you'll probably get like a good response time from me, unless I'm doing something like I'm at the doctor's or the hospital or something. Can I just say I hate hospitals? I hate that kind of bluish green. Those who know. At 8, I'll spawn a boss. Yeah, sure thing. If you want to do it on, like, the YouTube side, then you're more than welcome to. Make sure to slip me a username for that, though. If you want to DM me or whatever. If you had to eat a bee to never have that illness again, would you do it? It depends. I suppose it depends on, obviously, the lifespan of the bee. And sort of whether or not that bee is gonna sting my insides. Suspiciously green and blue colored bee. Well, yeah, but I'm not hospital green. Anybody that's been in an NHS hospital knows exactly what I mean when I say those kind of blue-green blankets. Ugh. No! If you want, I'll go through my Snapchat memories later, and I'll find... I took a photo of my hand when I was in hospital. And in the background you can see, the blanket colour. They're so gross. But, yeah, I have a photo somewhere of, I was in hospital for appendicitis, and, they sent a student doctor to deal with a dehydrated autistic teenager. That was not a good idea, because the guy messed up trying to... he tried to put 7 needles in my arm. Failed, and then, unfortunately it led to, like, my hand being purple for a week. Any tips on how not to crash out over Forsaken? Honestly, I don't really crash out. I'm not somebody that does crash out on the regular. But, on the off chance I'm quite annoyed, just step away. The #1 rule to playing games, in my opinion, is if you are not having fun, just leave. Next server. Next server is in 16 minutes. My watch is going. It has 16 minutes, 13 seconds on the 30-minute timer. It's 30 minutes on my watch. It's an Apple Watch. Gotta go in 3 hours. I probably won't even be around for that long. I'm going to be real. We've already been here for an hour, and I do need some painkillers down my neck, I'm afraid. I was supposed to eat earlier. Do you know, sometimes I think we just need to put people in the corner for 5 minutes to let them think about what they're doing and just, you know, regain their niceness. We need to regain manners sometimes. And that's okay. Ooh, you can pick different classes. I didn't know you could do that. Why is there a timer? So as, let me quickly copy and paste it. Over to YouTube, there you go. You guys need to join and then type your choice. So there's Ranger, Druid, Bard, Necromancer, Priest, Mage, Warrior. Is it not letting you do it on the YouTube side? Wolfie, you might have to pop it on the YouTube thing. What's a detail you would add to your VTube model if you could? I don't know. There's a couple of improvements that I need to do generally. I'm actually in communication with my model artist right now. Badoo! Hey! I added a mod that was Badoo, and it's here! Oh my god! It's a Badoo! Oh my god, it's amazing. It's beautiful. I love Badoo. Attack! Yeah, Wolfie, go for it. Bidoof is so silly. There was a bunch of Pokemon, like, mods and stuff that I could have added. Honestly, I didn't know which one I wanted to pop on. So, I put Bidoof! There was one that was like, oh, every Mega Evolution Pokemon. I was like, nah, we need Bidoof, bro. Just Bidoof. That was the specific mod I got. It was just Bidoof. You guys are boss battling a Bidoof while I'm playing Forsaken. This is great. So, would you guys say that you are very much enjoying the brand new stream avatars thing? Would you say it's enjoyment for you? A meowl? I could add, well, you can customize your bees right now. You have to do it in the chat and you have to say a certain command. I can't remember which one it is, but it is something like, color. I will actually go and find it as soon as I'm dead this round. Which is probably gonna be now, yeah. Give me a sec, I will actually go and find it. It is a mod that it's a subscription thing on the Steam community thing called a Busy Bees. Here you go. That should go through. I think you need to do color orange like 1, color orange 5. So like do it the way that when I posted it earlier it had like color hash. Yeah, do it like that. But yeah, if you guys want, I'll write out a full guide later on of how to fully use the system. Let me put it on my to-do list. If you see me looking down like this, it is because I'm on my iPad. I'm writing things. It doesn't work. It should work. If it's not working, there's a way to do it through an extension. I just don't remember. That was the wrong app. Wow! Okay, don't do that. Anything but that. Stream avatars. Right, okay, what am I looking for? I don't have the meowl skin. I'd have to get that commissioned, Jasper. What does the bear challenge mean? I have no idea. I'm not too familiar with the stream avatar meaning yet, so you're gonna have to bear with me. Free from the prison. Yeah. As I kind of said earlier, you were put in the naughty corner. Just basically, it was a sort of a reminder to just keep your manners and be nice to people. I don't know. The Q&A system is for challenges for Forsaken. I don't know, some of the people are putting these different things and I don't really understand what they mean. So, if your thing has a specific name, make sure to elaborate on that. Just need friends IRL and non-IRL. Well, as I said earlier, you're more than welcome to join the Beehive. There's quite a lot of people in there that speak quite frequently and they are quite friendly. I mean, I speak there all the time. Stuff like that. I was a very quiet kid back when I was in school. Oh, that was many years ago now, but it was bloody long time ago. Don't have Discord, then I'm afraid I don't really know what else I can suggest. I don't really have any other form of social media. I am looking to start a TikTok, but as of right now, I haven't had the chance to get that going. And I certainly don't think TikTok has a sort of communication forum the way that like Discord or anything does. But yeah, I don't add people on Roblox. That's always been my policy. I'm sure anybody that like sticks around for regular streams will tell you. Don't have TikTok either, then I don't really know what you want me to do, I'm afraid. I am just another person on the internet. I'm not some god that can, like, bring you friends. At the end of the day, please remember, I am a person too. You know, you don't have to yell at me, you don't have to get rude with me. At the end of the day, I'm just a person on the internet sharing my enjoyment. I am on the autism spectrum, and I'm also, I also have ADHD type C. So if I come off in a little bit of a funny way, that's because I am autistic and I have these obviously neurodevelopmental disorders. I'm trying my best. I try my best to be quite communicative and I try my best to be friendly and open and honest. But sometimes, obviously, I can't really do much. I offer my community as a place for people to make friends and communicate. But obviously, if you don't have Discord, then there's not much I can really do about that. I've always been somebody who's had these very specific rules on fairness. It is a part of autism, actually. It is, in autistic people, there is something called a very strong sense of justice, in which we sort of have this really strong belief where if you are kind of, you know, if you're kind of going against our things, we get really upset about it. So, for example, if I experience something where, for example, if I'm the victim of a hate crime and the police just kind of shrug it off, I will get really worked up. And I'll be like, hey, no, this is the law, this is black and white, you guys need to do this, you need to fix this. We don't have that sort of grey area in our minds, we are very black and white. The boss is nearly dead. What is this thing on the screen? So this is something we have now added to the streams. It's called Stream Avatars. It is something available on Steam. So you guys in the chat will always appear as bees on the screen at the bottom. You won't have name tags because they are down below the screen, but if you use exclamation mark jump or something, you will momentarily see it. Right now we're having a boss battle against the Doof, the Pokemon. Because it made me giggle. But there is a couple of different bosses and stuff. And I'm also looking to get some custom bosses made. I would need a lot of sprites for that though, and I don't really know anybody that specializes in pixel art. So again, it's something I gotta kind of look into. But, I'll definitely try my best. Obviously, I don't have a lot of funds for the channel. I have, well, I'm not gonna tell too much about what I've been working on behind the scenes, but I definitely am planning on doing some future work with... Let's just say there is going to be some things in the future in regards to the model. There are some changes coming, nothing too huge, but a couple of different bits and pieces. I don't know when, there's no estimation right now, but I am working behind the scenes on that. I'm also looking into something else. I'm not going to share anything more. I might give a sneak peek to the Discord server boosters later on, because obviously they get sneak peeks into videos. I may as well give them sneak peeks into other bits. But yeah, decent enough at pixel art. Honestly, if you want to do it, I can send you some of my, like, basic sketches I made while I was, like, really bored at 4 in the morning. I was reading a book. Really good book, by the way. Really interesting. I'll explain more about that book if you'd like me to. But, yeah, I was kind of sketching out different monsters and ideas. I currently have 3. But I would be more than happy to kind of crack up a couple more ideas. An hour has passed, we have server hop once, that is true. We have 3 minutes and 44 seconds until the next server hop. So we might actually extend that depending, obviously, on how different things go. But yeah. So my to-do list. Yeah, you said remember me about 3 times, I just haven't been able to get around to it. You don't need to say it 3 times. I usually do see things in the chat, but I struggle to get responding to them all because I end up on a bit of a tangent. Hi. Hello, welcome in. Welcome to Crazyville. We're currently having a boss battle with the Badoo. Right, can anybody think of anything that is supposed to be on my to-do list? Ooh! Ooh, you know what we need? You know what we need in life? Shall I release the next 2 days worth of stream schedules? So I have plans for the next 2 days of back-to-back streams. Would you guys like me to finally announce what I've been planning? As you might have noticed, I've been talking about this festive stream week, but I've never really announced officially what is actually in that. We've kind of been rolling with it. But I think it's time, you know, we're in the final stretch, so I may as well release the final 4. What the hell, man? Timo Cheetah Hacker, what the hell, man? Oh, man. Do apologize for that. I'm not sure whose little brother that was, but unfortunately sometimes we do get younger or members of the audience in here that haven't quite learned sort of rules around fairness yet. It's sadly just something that happens. Not you, Jasper. I'm not talking about you. I will be quite grateful, really, if nobody actually saw that. No, somebody was very upset at me for not wanting to add them on Roblox. What am I talking about? Yeah, there was somebody very upset with me. They started sending some very, interesting messages. Very angry. Unfortunately, yeah, they've been timed out and accordingly dealt with. But, I do apologize for that. This is sadly something that occurs quite frequently. Obviously, with being somebody who does a lot of Roblox content, we unfortunately run into some younger people. And with younger people, they haven't quite learned, obviously to the level that we have around, like, sort of manners, fairness, and that sort of stuff. I mean, I was quite a childish teen. I will be honest. I was quite childish as a teenager, but we get a lot of younger folk that don't understand why I won't add them on Roblox, or why I won't do this or do that, or that sort of thing. And I find a lot of the time, it's usually little kids that don't realize that I am also a human. I'm another person. So, we just have to be patient with them, really. If they start saying cruel things, then we just put them in a timeout. It's unfortunately just the way of life. Hopefully one day they'll learn. But yeah, the bees. So the bees are something called stream avatars. It's a new thing that we've kind of got in there. So everyone in that at the minute is somebody in the chat. Originally there was chat bubbles on it, but unfortunately they were filling the screen too much, so I had to take the chat bubbles off. But you can do little commands with them, like exclamation mark jump or that sort of stuff. Even alien human. No, so if you're talking about the things on my head, those are because my branding is all themed around bees. As you might be able to guess. The channel name, Eucera. Eucera is a genus of bees. Those are supposed to be bee antennas with little like bubbles on the bottom of them. They're cute. Yeah, yeah. No, it's okay. A lot of people presume that I am an alien. It's okay. Knowing that they don't understand things is a healthier mindset. Could be abandoning them because it's... Yeah, no, I understand that, like, a lot of kids come in here and they don't really understand sort of the, like, internet etiquette and kind of... They often forget that, I am a person too. There's a lot of, what you find with a lot of younger people is they become a lot more parasocial. And it becomes a bit of a problem for me. But it's something I try my best to just kind of handle, like, nicely and quietly. Because at the end of the day, there's no point in being mean to people. But we do occasionally have some kids that get upset with me for not being able to add them on Roblox. Which, I mean, I keep my friend list to my actual friends, so I don't... Yeah, people seem to think I have some sort of obligation to befriend them because they're watching the stream, when I don't know who they are at the end of the day. Just because you're in my chat doesn't mean I know who you are, if that makes sense. And it becomes a very awkward conversation with these younger children. And I feel really guilty because my channel is supposed to be for the older people. You know, it's not something aimed at children. I swear like a sailor. I can't control my language, and, you know, we do discuss some very mature topics on the channel as well. Like, we discuss, oftentimes I discuss my neurodivergence. I discuss my disabilities. I discuss all sorts of different bits and pieces. I think people who complain about losing their quote-unquote OG status, is just stupid. Like, honestly, who cares? Like, so what? They're gonna add the Christmas skins back. So what? It's Christmas, bro. Chill. As somebody that, like, owns all the Christmas skins, I do not care. Add them back. I'm not bothered. At the end of the day, you kind of just know, like, if you were there. It's so silly. How can you join? Okay, so there should be a white box in the top, under the Q&A thing. You should have 2 boxes. One will say welcome in, so on and so forth, with my username in it. If it's not, then you can follow what Nightbot says and take my username from there. You can just hit join. I don't need following, I don't need friending, I don't need any of that. You can just join straight away. If that's not working, you might be able to run !Roblox or !Roblox link with no space, and it should give you the direct link. But yeah, skins don't make you an OG. That is such a truthful thing. Do you know what makes me an OG? The fact I have guides on my channel dating back to 2024 December. That's my ticket into OG land. But yeah, I've got a bunch of bits and pieces I'm kind of playing around with, but yeah, I feel really bad for people that come into the stream and they're, like, really young. I feel guilty almost because, like, I know that I was a very awkward teenager. I was very awkward, like, preteen as well. I struggled quite a lot with social interaction and such, but it's kind of sad. I feel really bad for these people. I try to kind of guide them in the right direction and be, like, sort of, like, gentle with them. But at the end of the day, if you're gonna come and swear at me, you're gonna tell me I'm going to hell and shit like that, then that's where I draw a line, I'm afraid. But yeah, actually, while I'm here, let me quickly go and set a timer up on Nightbot. What was I gonna say? What? Need more star. Honestly, I think you gain coins over time as well as the stars. I think they just kind of accumulate passively. Okay, let me see. That should be on 10. Okay, I've set a new reminder up on Nightbot. Hopefully that will help to squish a couple of issues that we've been experiencing recently. If not, then, well... Okay, right. What was I saying? I can't remember. Infinite grinding. Oh, the, one big complaint I had was the economy of the Halloween event. You probably have noticed that I did mention that in my update video. I did go on a bit of a rant at the end and I was like, yeah, this economy is not it. But I also know that a lot of people don't watch the outros, so I know that a majority of people did miss that. The economy of the Halloween event was really unfair, and you'll notice, the candy system was, insane for, the terms of Nosferatu. Bruh. Had 6K. I mean, fair enough. I did explain that I am not someone that plays as regularly as other people because of how, obviously, it can affect me. But I just think it's really unfair to sort of like casual players and players that just want to play for fun rather than playing just to grind and sweat all the time. Oh, that was really close. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. I'm looking for the words right now, hold on. Bear with me. Okay, so yeah, as most people know, the economy of the Halloween event was buying the skins. So I actually streamed grinding for all the skins. And I did that. So I do own all the skins for the Halloween event. And I think I had about 30 left by the time that I, what do you call it? By the time that obviously I got all the skins, and then they dropped Nosferatu without any warning. And it was not only unfair, but it was incredibly tedious to grind as somebody that can only play maybe a couple hours a day, because I can't sit for more than a couple hours a day without being in pain. So, for someone like me, or anybody that plays casually, and doesn't play more than a couple hours every day, even if that, I'll play maybe once or twice a week, if my health will let me. And even then, I couldn't get Noli for ages. Not Noli. Ah, I've just seen him, that's why. I couldn't get Nosferatu for ages. But yeah, I mean, you have to obviously take into account that I'm not the average person. Obviously, I have multiple conditions affecting my ability to kind of sit at my desk for hours on end. There isn't an exclamation help command. Oh, no, maybe there is. I must have that as an acronym for that. What you're probably looking for is, various different, yeah, the command. Yeah, so stream avatars will give you that one. It depends what you're looking for in terms of commands. There's 3 different systems. But yeah, also, who was that earlier in the lobby that called me? Who was that in the lobby earlier that tried to go at me for targeting? I feel like we've forgotten the definition of targeting here. That's a really funny misconception within the community as a whole, actually. Targeting is not just going for one specific person and being consistent in chase. Targeting would refer to personally always going for one person consistently. Playing an ASIM and using the term targeting, it's kind of funny. But at the same time, a lot of people seem to think that, like, tunneling's a thing in, like, Forsaken, whereas, like, there isn't such a thing as tunneling when you have one life. Tunneling can't physically occur when you have, like, one life. Chasing someone because they're injured is not targeting, and it's incredibly immature to say such a thing. I find it's really funny. More just really focused on one person. So, as someone that plays a lot of ASIMs, tunneling typically refers to sort of repetitively going after one person after you've already killed them and they've been revived, and you stick straight to that person again when it provides you minimal or no benefit. That wouldn't apply in a situation where you are chasing a survivor because they are injured. And it especially wouldn't apply in a game where you have one life. Because I haven't been revived and then... Like, that person wasn't revived and then chased again, because there is no revival. If that makes sense. It's a really, sort of, like, silly thing that people have a misconception about, because it is a reportable offense to... it's tagged as a reportable offense to target someone, but they don't define it very well in the Forsaken support server. So targeting in that sense would refer to if you dislike someone in the server, you have a hatred for someone. And you use that hatred to then specifically go for that person every single round. It has to occur across multiple rounds for that to be achieved in a reportable sense in Forsaken. Because there isn't multiple lives. That's how that works. So... I didn't even know who that person was to have possibly targeted them across multiple games. I've only played like 2 killer games so far. Because I keep hopping servers. So... yeah, I definitely was not reaching any form of targeting. Targeting does not exist unless it is going across multiple games. I have not played more than, like, 1 killer game in this round. No, not this round, this server, sorry. Have high ping. You will have high ping if you are not in Europe. This is going to be a Europe server. They will always be Europe servers. That is because I am European. Very common source of confusion for people, but I am actually from Europe. I have always been and will always be from Europe. Waiting for the skip to work. The skip button's a bit finicky. It doesn't always work. Oh. I can't do anything here. Oh, that's really kind of you. Thank you. Targeted. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I feel bad for laughing because it's probably some like little kid that doesn't understand the definition. But at the same time, so many people try and use it as a justification to hate on me that I just have to laugh. Oh my god, the battle royale. Fight, fight, fight. Right, okay, we will do a couple more rounds in here and then we will shuffle servers because we've been in this one for quite a while. People keep yelling at me, so I think I need to shuffle again. Are we serious? Why wait, what? Yeah, so generally my policy is to shuffle every 30 minutes or so, but people were yelling at me not to leave the server, so I stuck around for a little bit longer, and now I will leave probably after this round, just to make it fair so that everyone has an equal chance to get in the server. It's not my fault that obviously like Roblox is like running the way it is. It's just really unfair and it kind of sucks sometimes. Like I can't control the servers and I can't control what happens and I can't control how long you're in the queue for and stuff like that. And people do not understand that I'm not like a Forsaken mod. I'm not a developer. I'm not Roblox. I don't have any sort of power to fix this for you. It's unfortunately just a Roblox issue, and the best I can do is try and make things sort of tolerable by shuffling servers frequently. Sometimes we have quite popular streams. Sometimes we have quite quiet streams. Today is quite quiet. We've only got about 12 people in here, which is cool. This is chill. But obviously, you know, I still try to stick to my 30-minute policy because it's unfair. I've explained it before, but I am an autistic person with a very strong sense of justice. I believe that fairness is really important, and that regardless of who you are, everyone should have an equal chance, which is why I hop servers so frequently. It's so that everyone has that equal chance, and they have a sort of option to join should they, you know, want to. That's why I can't kick everyone from the server and let new people in. So the best I can do is kind of shuffle servers and then tell everyone to kind of move with me, in a hopes that by joining a server with one person, a bunch of people are going to get in, a bunch of different people, and stuff like that. Because we have some consistent viewers who will stick around for hours. We have people who pop in every 5 minutes and then start, like, being really mean to me. It's a mixed bag, and I can't control, obviously, everything that occurs in the game, and I can't control everything that occurs in the chat. The best I can do is try and minimize any sort of issues that we have, and work with what I have. Obviously, I'm one person. I don't think I have any, like, channel mods on right now, other than, obviously, the brand new Wolfie, who, you can keep that, by the way, Wolfie. I don't mind having you as that, because I know you pop up quite frequently in streams, and you don't necessarily stick to just Forsaken stuff. So I'm definitely gonna kind of keep you as that if you're comfortable with that, of course. I'm also actually gonna sit through the apps tonight for stream mods for other people. I do need to reach out to the applicants and double check with those. Jasper, I think I will give you mod regardless because you are here often as well. Originally, when I was a smaller channel, I still am a really small channel, don't get me wrong, but originally my system was... Who am I talking to? Is there a 50 times more active YouTube version of the stream? Yeah, exactly. If you want, I can drop you the YouTube link over in the Twitch chat. But basically the system... Hold on, my eye's itching. Ah, why is it so itchy? So the way that the system works with my streams is there is a YouTube platform and a Twitch platform. I don't care about having a split view account. I am a small streamer on both platforms. The reason that I do Twitch as well is because I know some people that I am associated with have a much more easy time trying to navigate Twitch, or vice versa, so I kind of make it accessible for everyone by letting them pick their own platform, pick what they're comfortable with, and so on and so forth. I'm a waffler, I apologise if that came up very waffly. But yeah, I can drop you the YouTube link, that's not a problem. I have a Discord server where I make sure to post both of them just so that everyone can kind of pick and choose what they prefer. But yeah, it's really important to me to kind of have people on like platforms that they're comfortable on. If you find Twitch is much easier for you to navigate, feel free to stay on Twitch. If you prefer the YouTube platform, then go to YouTube, you know? Whatever's comfortable for you, I can see both. I make sure to ensure. I make sure to obviously have both platforms active, and on my my stream you can use the wrong button. You can use all of the sort of built-in stuff we have on both platforms. So the stream avatars obviously works on both. That sort of stuff. I have it all set up to go on all platforms just so that everyone can kind of be equally comfortable and whatnot. Whatever's easiest to people at the end of the day. I'm just happy being here to yap. Waffler, I didn't realize that was a British term. My bad. Waffler basically means like somebody that yaps a lot. Somebody that like kind of talks way more than they should to explain something, I guess. I don't know. I have this sort of tendency in which like I suppose you could compare yapper to waffler really. Yeah, sort of similar. Is it okay if I eat sandstone? Me when I'm in Minecraft and I munch through the pyramid. The desert temple, that's the one. I honestly don't use 007 very often. I just kind of equip them just to kind of get a bit of a goof around. But yeah, you'll notice I set up a reminder thing on Nightbot because people were really upsetting me when they were coming in and being really disrespectful. So now we have a warning there. I've realised it is cutting off though, so I will go and fix that real quick. Update. There we go. Use guest. Honestly, I'm guest's like #1 hater. I'm gonna be real. Guest is so overrated, I could go on a rant about it. But that's just me being silly. See you later. No worries. Okay, am I server hopping? I am server hopping, aren't I? Yep, I did say I was server hopping. Okay, there we go. Let's see, where can we go? We're gonna get any London servers today. Please, Lord, send me a bloody London server. Hey, I found one. I got a London server. We're gaming gamers. I did just discuss server hopping. I obviously join servers with one person in it, so there should be quite a lot of slots. You shouldn't have too much of a problem getting back in. But as I explained this earlier, you guys must have just come along. I server hop every 30 minutes because I want everyone to have an equal chance of getting in the game. I feel like it's unfair if I don't server hop. I'm not some god, I'm not Roblox, I'm not Forsaken admin. People seem to think that I'm some sort of like magical person that can fix everything and let you all in the server. I'm not some magical being. I try my best to make it equal by going to really quiet servers and switching out quite frequently. But obviously, it's not something I can handle. There's a lot of external factors. So I am trying my best. Unfortunately, I can't. Oh. No, I'm not a magical being. Everyone seems to think that they can, like, yell at me to do something. I do feel, obviously, sometimes, I feel like the way that, like, people yell at me. Oh, did I not hit that correctly? Sorry, my bad. I must have failed to click the right button earlier. I don't mind the caps. The caps shouldn't be a problem. If one of the bots gives you trouble with it, just ignore it. The bots aren't going to be able to do anything. The only things that will result in moderation action from any of my auto mod systems is going to be if you say anything sexual or if you say anything discriminatory. Other than that, you'll be fine. They might occasionally say like, oh, you know, emote spamming or something, but that's usually just like them being silly. Anyway, I will end that Q&A system in a second and I will put back up the question. Never mind, I can't access the question list once I close it. Fuck's sake, man. Whatever. YouTube is something else. Oh well. We'll be fine. What should we do? What haven't we done in a while? What was I saying? Oh, I was gonna go buy some new emotes. I have loads of money, so like I haven't spent it in ages. I'm trying to think. Favorite pride flag? Honestly, I don't know. They're all kind of like... there's like a couple of different nice ones. I like a lot of the sort of like pinks and purples and blues. I think they blend in quite well together. Static. I'll have a look. Where's that? Let's have a look. It's possible that I already own a lot of the emotes. I don't know how many I've bought. Probably a lot. Yeah. I have bought my fair share. What am I thinking? We'll grab that. And we'll grab the Scream, yeah. You gotta have the Steve goal. I noticed I had a dupe emote on my emote reels, so I am gonna obviously shuffle one of those out. I'm back, welcome back. Haven't played Forsaken in a while. Honestly, me neither. I maybe get like once a week, obviously, with the fact that I have like a very like vast stream schedule. Anyone that kind of keeps up with the channel outside of just Forsaken stuff will probably know that I do about 2 to 3 weekly streams. And obviously this week I did talk about how much days do I have? About 9, I believe. But yeah, why did you... Is this the guy that called... Right, sorry. I'm sorry about that person in the game. That person received moderation action in the chat, and I think they're a little bit upset about it. They received... Well, originally I thought I timed them out for 24 hours because of what... the nature of what they were saying, but unfortunately I didn't, and they popped up a second ago, and I've just put them back into their corner. Unfortunately, they were saying some very unkind and very disrespectful things, so... Have the Christmas screens is crazy. Yeah, so a lot of people don't realize, but what that is I spend a lot of my time writing scripts, studying footage, and other bits and pieces to, like, design a sort of incredible kind of, like, amount of bits and pieces. So obviously my guide content, I will maybe spend 1 hour in game, and then I'll spend about 4 hours analyzing that footage, seeing where I went wrong, seeing what I need to do different. And stuff like that. So it'll be sort of... It's like you didn't have much time to play Forsaken or Wiz and you were busy doing content. It's a bit of a mixture, really. So I have something called postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, which means I can't sit for more than 3 or 4 hours at a time. Which obviously makes doing videos and playing Forsaken quite difficult. But alongside that, I have something called fibromyalgia, which is also something where I experience a lot of pain. And so for 1 hour of gameplay, I will usually use that to make guide content, and it will end up me being there for about 3 or 4 hours, like, writing what I've done right, what I've done wrong, you know, ways I could have improved my gameplay. And that's often how I source... If you ever watched any of my update videos, for example, Nosferatu's, what I would do is I would have an hour of Nosferatu gameplay, I would watch it back, I would kind of take notes on what was good, what was bad, and what I need to do differently, and that way I can sort of form those tips, tricks, and like little bits and pieces to kind of aid everyone else in playing the character. But yeah, I think I have maybe 9 or 10. I have just about 10 days. There you go. But yeah, I do have a lot of the Christmas stuff and bits and pieces. Who do I main? I don't main anybody. This is something I have to often explain to people, but I have ADHD, so I literally, I thrive off switching between different characters. That's, a big part of how I play the game. It is really sort of like a big thing where I will switch between a variety of characters. You mean, yeah, if I kind of take you through all of my killers, they are pretty equaled out. The same sort of goes for survivors as well. My Elliot was level 100 because there's a B skin for Elliot. We kind of have that. Some characters are higher than others depending on how much I've played them. Can I trick stab? Not really, to be honest. My what do you call it? My sort of like gameplay skills aren't the best. See, people seem to think I'm like the god of like Forsaken. I'm not, bro. I'm here to have fun. I'm in the lobby just saying hi. Hi, welcome in. You said you were gonna do challenges. I did. I hosted the Q&A thing, and then as soon as I sort of like meant to close submissions, YouTube deleted it all. Because it's bloody annoying like that. Is this person still like harassing me about the fact that they got timed out? I might actually just have to block their Roblox, unfortunately, if they're going to keep doing that. I do apologize for the disturbance that seems to be causing. Valuable quote of the day is just do what you love, you know. Enjoy yourself, have a good time. Whoa. But yeah, you know, I think that's a very good quote. Die of Death, I've done Die of Death streams like 3 times, but unfortunately nobody was really interested. What happened in the Jackbox stream? What are we talking about in the Jackbox stream specifically? You're gonna have to be more specific than that, because it was an over 2-hour stream. Second valuable quote of the day. I think I'll give that to less is more. I think that's a very good one. The answers, oh, some of those were really funny. A lot of my answers were definitely references. The one you like the most? I can't remember all the answers. You guys are trying to quiz me. Do I have a date in mind for the Jackbox stream? Probably not. I'm thinking somewhere between after Christmas before New Year's. Keep in mind, obviously, I have a dental appointment on the 31st at 8 AM, which is appalling, by the way. I hate mornings, bro. I may as well be Garfield the way I bloody hate mornings. But, very true. I do despise mornings wholeheartedly. I think they are absolutely fucking sucky. But I'm definitely aiming for that sort of time slot if, that would be okay with you guys, obviously. How do you guys feel about YouTube posts? Like, the actual post system. Because the thing is, I often ask in the Discord about, what? This is, okay, so I'm just gonna give quick context because obviously this guy won't leave me alone in the game. This guy, I have timed them out for 48 hours in the stream chat. I'm likely now actually going to distribute a ban after stream. But I have screenshots of what they said. They basically called us all assholes and told us all to go to hell. So, I did obviously moderate that because that was quite appalling. This was said because I wouldn't add them on Roblox. This was what we were talking about earlier with immaturity and how a lot of younger children will come into my streams and sort of be really upset that I won't add them on Roblox. It's really sad because I feel really mean, but at the same time, if I place a boundary down, because I'm a person at the end of the day, and a lot of people forget that, if I place a boundary down and you disrespect that boundary repetitively to the point in which you will, like, get nasty with me, then I think it's quite fair for me to time you out. Obviously. In the YouTube, yeah, this was in the YouTube chat. I think that is quite justified when if I say, hey, I like to keep my friend list to my friends because it gets really confusing for me as someone with ADHD, but I also think fairness is a really important factor. Then I said, that's all I said. And unfortunately this person was unhappy with this. And said a variety of disrespectful things. So I did distribute a timeout, as was my right, obviously, for violating boundaries. But this person then came in and said a bunch of cruel things to me, so I did take the option to time them out. Report them and leave them be. Honestly, I think I am just gonna do /mute. I think that is the way forward with this. I was just gonna leave it. I wasn't gonna try and embarrass them or anything, but obviously with them harassing me in game, I think I am gonna have to run a /mute on them. Is it /mute? Is that still the command? But, yeah, obviously I do document when I time people out. I have documented screenshots of what they said before. So it is documented. And well now, I probably, actually in future for, stream mods, I'm gonna make a comprehensive sort of spreadsheet of everything that has been said and what sort of, like, person it's come from so that I can keep a sort of history system going. There's a feature called block in the Roblox player section. That is also a very good idea. I might actually just do that. Where am I looking again? Sorry. Ah, is it this one? There we go. But yeah, I mean... Sorry for getting you killed. No, you're fine, you're fine. I'm not bothered about dying. As I always say, I play casually. I'm not here to sort of... But yeah, no, it's very clear that it is a younger person. And for that reason, I'm not trying to start anything with them. I'm just trying to keep them, you know, away from me. Because they did say some quite nasty things. I don't appreciate being sworn at. I don't appreciate repetitive disrespect and such. Yeah, no, exactly. They are definitely most likely under the age of like 13, and I obviously as an adult I realize that's a very much real situation that occurs frequently, and because of that I tried to handle it like nicely. I tried to be kind. So in the first instance in which they were repetitively screaming at everyone to get out and being disrespectful, I gave them a 5-minute and I said, hey, let's take a moment to step back, think about what we're doing, so on and so forth. I explained, obviously, my boundaries with friends on Roblox, so I typically only add people I'm familiar with, I know well, and stuff like that. But, yeah. I was then sworn at and disrespected, so I opted for a 24-hour timeout, and I've now had to also opt for a Roblox block. But, you know, I understand that it's very likely a child. And I know that obviously, as a kid, I was very... what's the word? I was also very bad at understanding certain situations and, like, reading the room with things. But it's okay. I know a lot of kids can be very parasocial. And a lot of kids don't understand that I'm a person too. I have a life outside of just the YouTube channel. I'm not here to sort of, like, give in to your every whim and wonder. I am a real person. I have a real life. I will vacuum you up. A threat. Okay, Jasper. You know, but obviously if you look at my Roblox friend list, you'll notice there's like 100 and something people on there, and it's mostly just people I know well. Let's see, who's online right now? We've got Illis on there, who's a good friend. We have, then it goes to another person who's sort of a friend of a friend. Another content creator I used to know that doesn't really speak to me anymore. Another person I know, someone I know from a friend group with like Eliza and stuff. Another person I know from a friend group with that. Person I used to know. Zara, obviously we all know Zam. Scout is another friend from that friend group. Onion, we all know Onion. Jasper, obviously. A person called Zed that I also know from the Forsaken server. Someone called Bonbon who used to be in the community fairly regularly. A good friend of mine called Hidden. A friend of Zam's called Paige. My friend Nisa. And then somebody I worked with on a project a while back. Like, those are the people that are online on my friends list. I know them all very well and I can recite who they, like, are. Can only Jasper be mean to you? Jasper and I have known each other for quite a while. Jasper and I met back in, like... Jasper and I actually met on Forsaken back in... Jasper, when was it? Was it, like, January? Jasper and I have known each other for a long time. And we are good, like, friends, obviously. So if you friend somebody who you don't know, you will unfriend them. Yeah, so if you look back on prior Forsaken Friday streams, if somebody's on console and they ask me to add them, I have a notebook here. I got it from Asda for 49 pence. And I write down their username. And then I will tick off everyone after stream as I unfriend them. So I have like an ADHD proof policy to kind of how I do that, but I do often like regularly clear my friend list as well because I get really confused. A lot of people will often like see ADHD as just kind of being hyper, but it's so much more than that because hyperactivity is only one part of ADHD. I have ADHD-C, not ADHD-H. There's 3 types. There's I, H, and then C. So obviously, I have a terrible memory and I struggle a lot with that sort of stuff. So I have my little nitpicky ways to kind of go about things, and one big thing I struggle with is remembering people in my friend list if I don't know them. So just for my own sake, to not stress me out or anything, I make sure to keep it to the people I know. ADHD. Yeah, that's me to be fair. But yeah, some of you might know, my mother is in my Discord server. You've probably seen this a few times. If you're obviously in the community, you've probably seen my mum in the Discord server. My mum is just as bad as I am. We are both riddled with ADHD. She is exactly where I got it from. My mum's in my Discord server. I'm 20, bro. My mum does not care. My mum's chill. I feel like it's important to note that I have a very close relationship with my family though. I can literally say anything. We don't have a traditional strict family dynamic in the way that other people do. Our family dynamic is very much like joking. And sort of like comedic. How do I explain it? My mum and I are like equally immature. We both have that sort of teenage boy humor. It's really funny. Chill as a person, just chill. What? It's, how do I even explain it? It's like, my mum and I will, the best example I have is my nan left a piece of paper in the bathroom for notes for like measurements and stuff. She wasn't taking it anywhere and I knew she wasn't going anywhere with it. But, let me try and drop that then. So I snuck into the bathroom and I drew a little dick on this, piece of paper that my nan had left as a joke. Right. Little did I know, my mum was coming over and my mum finds this piece of paper that I've graffitied. She goes in and she draws a matching pair of tits. That summarizes my family dynamic. We're really funny. Honestly, we're just, that's like sort of our humor in my family. We're just very silly. That's not everyone's family dynamic though. My family are really chill. Like, I've got my mum and my nan, and we're just so funny. That's enough talking. Stop! Do you guys not do, like, stupid graffiti things to annoy people? Am I the only one that's, like, mentally, like, 13? You guys are forgetting, right, that this is, like, a mature, like, rated stream. My channel is not for, like, a young audience, and I say this many a time. Okay, Jasper. But yeah, I always kind of, the best way that I would describe my channel is I would say that it is very much viewer discretion. If, you know, if you are comfortable with the occasional, like, silly innuendo. I'm not, like, outwardly, like, expressively, like, inappropriate, but I do like the occasional funny, like, joke. For example, my level of immaturity can only be described as these nuts jokes. They are really funny. Ace, but fine with it. Oh, don't worry, I'm Arrowace. I'm Arrowace myself, which is what makes it comedic to me. I think that's arguably what makes it humorous for me. Unjump. Have to wait a very long time again. This is why I try to hop every 30 minutes or so. A lot of people, when they're in the front of the queue, don't understand it, but I do try to hop frequently for the people that kind of, like, can't get in immediately and stuff like that. I try my best to do what I can. And that's why that, like, happens. But I get, like, I'm trying my best to, obviously, manage everything. People forget that I am a human, and it's really sad, because I'm trying so hard to, obviously, balance everything equally, and provide a level of fairness for everyone. Whoa! What was that? Hello! Look at the bees! Have you guys figured out how the color command works yet? Jasper, did you get that working? You get hamburger hats. Which one are you on there, Jasper? Nope. 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 That's you. You're that one. Get out of here. You should fall back down in a minute. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, no, I can probably like get some little hats made. I'll do this here. I might be able to commission like a little like artist to do like a bunch of bits and pieces, but it would take a really long time to get sprites made. If any of you do like pixel art, I definitely can sort of send you all the files that you would need to add sort of like gears and hats and stuff that you can buy. The only problem would be obviously, I don't know too much about like how the mechanic works. I think you have to have like different poses for idols and stuff. So from an animation POV, it probably wouldn't like look very smooth. But I definitely can like provide like the file sources and stuff. Do you know if someone DMs me after stream? Because I have a lot of ideas for sort of like bosses and such that I'm more than happy to share. But yeah, I'm very glad we've got it working. Okay, bet. Let me add that real quick. What is at the bottom of the screen? That is our brand new stream avatar system. Okay, I sent that friend request. You should also be able to find me in like my Discord server. But yeah, this is our brand new little avatar system. So every single one of you is a bee. You can change your color and you can participate in boss fights and stuff like that. Where are you? You're one of them. I'm not sure which. If you use !jump, it should make your one jump, and you'll figure that out from there. Yeah. So, pretty easy system, really. It's not slash, it's exclamation mark, like the... who? Investigate the commands real quick. Yeah, no worries. If you run commands as well, it should give you the link directly to the stream avatar website, but I can send you the plugin website as well. Hello again! Hi, welcome in. Oh, yay! All the bees are doing a little jumping dance. That's so cute. Did it not send you the other ones? There is 2... No, it did jump. Rate that trick stab. I'm giving it a scary out of 10. Ah, there you go. Stream avatars, there you go. It just took a sec to respond. I'm also... Jasper, send me a DM real quick. Just so you pop up on my list. Oh, never mind, you're there. Here, go there as well if you reach that bio and try that. Barely anyone on the Twitch stream. Yeah, no, Twitch is sort of a quiet zone for me, but I intentionally sort of try to do Twitch as well, because some people prefer the Twitch platform, like UI, some people prefer YouTube. To me, it's not about the viewer count, it's just about having fun and goofing around, so I keep both options there just in case. You know, just so people who prefer one or the other can do one or the other. Sad? You can't be sad in a V-stream. You gotta be jolly. Too many avatars to list in chat. You guys are broken it, look. See? You guys are breaking it. Oh, really? You can do it on Twitch. There's a plugin thing. I don't know how to do it on YouTube. There should be a link. Click the color in the extension panel. Do I have any video plans with avatar rating? I do not at this time. No. The videos I have in motion at the moment. One of those is... Okay, let me think. So I'm working on remaking my beginner guide from 2024 December. I am also working on... I'm also working on... I don't really remember. Obviously, I've got the, I thought that might have been the case. Oh. Why can you do that? Because that is just a basic system of the way that stream avatars works. But yeah, what time are we on? 9 o'clock. Let's see. I will put that on my to-do list of, fixing the color system. Okay. Right, I'm gonna do one more round and then I'm gonna call it a night for streaming because I am feeling tired at the moment. But I will be back tomorrow with more stream. I have oh yeah, I didn't really go too much into detail with, the schedule because everyone was yelling at me. Yeah, so I didn't really get to talk about the schedule because everyone was sort of like really mad at me. I was busy dealing with like a moderation issue in the chat, which obviously is now resolved, so it's not a problem. Can I friend? As I said earlier, I've kind of explained this a couple times, but I don't friend people on Roblox because I think it's really unfair to add certain people. There's a Roblox friend limit and it's way less than what I have as subscribers. So I think it's unfair to sort of like pick and choose certain people to add and not. I think that's really unfair and uncool. So I'd rather just keep my friend list to like just my friends. But, or what else is there? What's, you can join the Discord server, you can add my Discord, neither of those have a limit. Well, there is a Discord like server member limit, it's like 1 million, but I'm never gonna get that, so it's not a problem. But yeah, I'm more than happy to accept people on Discord or like in my Discord community. But I can't add people on Roblox because it's really silly. And it gets really confusing as well for my P-brain. I can't remember what's going on and I get really overwhelmed with it all. Especially when I've had it a couple of times where I've forgotten to go through my my notebook with the people on console that I've added to temporarily to get them in the game. I've had a couple of incidents with those where I've been spammed by people spamming me invites to all sorts of games at like 2 or 3 in the morning and my phone's been going off non-stop at 2 in the morning. When I forgot to unadd people. So yeah, I really keep my limit, like, I keep my friends list low for a reason. I don't even want to talk about how many times this person woke me up spamming, inviting me to like some like skibbity toilet defense game. This was a while ago now, but like, oh my god, bro. Please. It's 2 in the morning in the UK, please stop it. I'm trying to live here. Add bunnies, you can choose. I could do bunnies and bees. That is very much an option, but I would obviously have to commission that. Yeah, toilet tower defense. It was something like that. But I got spammed with it. And it was so annoying. So obviously I keep my list to my friends that I know aren't going to do that to me. But yeah, no, they're I would have to commission custom sprites for that. I'm not sure how that would like work. Oh, the hemorrhage is only going to slowly go down now. That's so silly. I just don't play tower defense in general, to be honest. No, the last tower defense I played was System Defender and Club Penguin back in the 2010s. Those who know. Let me see what else. Okay, so did you guys know that over the next few days I have the entire weekend planned out in streams? That's right. So tomorrow, my good friend Timmy and I, we are going to hunt some ghosts. Isn't that exciting? We will be hunting ghosts in good old Phasmophobia, exploring the Christmas update once again, because we must all be holly and jolly this Christmas. And then on Sunday we are adding a brand new permanent addition to the schedule. No spoilers. If you were in the Trappy stream, you know what it is. But no spoilers. Shh. Phasmophobia is so expensive. I bought it years ago, I'm gonna be real. And even then, like, I lost all my levels when they added the stupid prestige system. Anyways, that's gonna be all from me for tonight because I've got some other bits and bobs to do. I will be sorting out bits and pieces, but I'll be in the Discord if anybody is looking for me. I totally recommend joining the Discord, by the way. It is in the description on both platforms if you are interested. I will be trying to fix things as and when I can. But, you know, until then, bye-bye!